works.
Facing tempest of dust, I'll fight till the end. Creatures of my dreams rise up and dance with me. Now and forever, I'm
One, two. Look around you. Almost everything you have in your hands today has at one point or another been in a warehouse like this one. There are over 800,000 of these warehouses in the US alone, and each one of them houses tens of thousands of different goods. Now, what if I told you that every one of these warehouses is closed for 6 days every year because they're manually counting every single item in the warehouse? And then what if I also told you that despite those 6 days of closing the warehouse, the average warehouse worker still spends hours every week searching for missing items? In working with our customers, we've learned 3 things. First, inventory errors are the biggest problem in warehouses in every industry. Second, everybody, literally everybody hates doing inventory. And once that process is gone. And third, they do some crazy stuff when things go missing. We've seen them climb on forklifts, climb on ladders. I have personally seen them bring binoculars to work because finding items all the way up in tall racks is just really hard to do. If we think about an average automotive plant, that plant at any given point in time carries $40 million of extra inventory in their warehouse because they know about this problem. My name is Mark. I'm with IFM, and we solve this problem using flying robots. IFM stands for Intelligent Flying Machines. At the core, really, we're a data analytics company using computer vision and robotics to automate data capture. Over the past 2 years, my team, among them 2 PhD students here from Northwestern, with backgrounds at Oculus and numerous peer-reviewed publications, as well as Harrison, a rising senior in high school, we have developed revolutionary robotics technology. What it comes down to is that we have flying robots that can fly autonomously indoors. Why is that special? Well, existing drones can only fly autonomously outdoors because they need GPS. We don't need that. We use only our own computer vision software and our specialized hardware that we have developed together with NVIDIA to accomplish centimeter accuracy indoor autonomous flight. There's a lot of really cool applications of this technology, but it was really through my background in industrial robotics. I worked at BMW in Munich, where I firsthand experienced how important it is for parts to arrive on time at the assembly line. And more often than not, they don't, because things get messed up in the warehouse more often than you think. So we've built the warehouse solution. It really consists of three things. We have the really cool flying robots. There's a fleet of those in every warehouse. And there's one robot per aisle. But then there's two other very important things. There's an on-site infrastructure, control stations, because we know the average warehouse worker is not used to flying a robot. They're used to industrial automation equipment, which is exactly why we built this infrastructure with those requirements in mind. And third, real-time analytics software, which enables anyone, any stakeholder in the warehouse, to know from anywhere in the world exactly what is in the warehouse at what point in time. We're targeting, for the start, a very specific type of warehouse. The fancy word is high bay or selective racks. Really what it comes down to is you have uniform dimensions, you have palletized goods, and you have labels on every one of those goods. Turns out about 50% of those 800,000 warehouses actually fulfill these requirements. And we have some pretty good traction. We've been doing tests for quite some time in the automotive industry, in the food and beverage industry, actually, distributors, 3PLs, so third-party logistics providers, people that house inventory for others, and also in the industrial supply space. In working with these customers, we've learned what is really important to them, and more importantly, we also learned how it is best to bring such technology to such an antiquated market that is this industrial automation space. And so that's exactly how we're selling this system. There's an upfront setup fee that takes care of installation and the hardware. And then we're selling the software on a subscription basis where we can add a lot of data-driven premiums as we go along. Before telling you more on slides, we decided to bring a scaled-down version of a warehouse that has been equipped with IFM's warehouse system right here today. What you see is our flying robot and the control station. In a second, and this is the first time I think someone has demonstrated autonomous flight in front of so many people, so bear with us. We're going to have our system do what it does when the shift is over. Everyone leaves the warehouse, and our system automatically triggers, and the robots take off. Siddharth, are you ready? All right. This is just for safety. Now, our drones have completed their scan. They scan the barcodes on the boxes. And Harry here, our warehouse worker, comes into the warehouse at the beginning of shift. Like he always does, he walks past all the aisles to make sure everything's OK. But this time, he has the IFM warehouse system. And so I'm going to turn this around so you can see this. But basically, it's an iPad screen that shows all the data our system has collected. And immediately sees there's something not OK here. So in order to fix that, he taps on the screen. And he sees that our system found one of the boxes being out of order. To figure out what he has to do, he taps on the button. And it tells him exactly which box is misplaced at what location. This information is cross-referenced with the inventory list from the warehouse management software, such as SAP. It is seamlessly integrated. He goes, he fixes the problem, and we're all good. With our system and the warehouse workers on the floor, important, with the warehouse workers on the floor, we are making warehouses 100% accurate. There are no errors because machines are really good at counting things. They're not humans after all. In addition to that, we are 400 times faster than traditional inventory counts. We can turn over your entire warehouse in 20 minutes. Compare that to the 6 days from earlier. Our mission as a company is to improve the operational efficiency of enterprises. And we're starting with that today in warehouses. Thank you.